Hello, Soul Sippers. This is Soul Work Cafe. My name is Ashlyn, and I'm so glad you found your way here. If you've been feeling curious about what spirituality is, questioning what's real, or just trying to find a moment of peace in this wild, crazy world, you're not alone. You're in the right place. Before we dive in, let's take a deep breath together. Now, let's be real for a second. Have you ever thought, who am I? Or what's my purpose? Yeah, same. And honestly, that kind of questioning is actually a good thing because it's the beginning of something really beautiful, the start of remembering who you really are beneath all the noise. And I'm here to walk alongside you as you figure it out, one step at a time. Just know there's no pressure, there's no perfect way to do it, there's no test, and there's definitely no rush. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Soul Basics. Let's start with a big question. Why are we even here? Like, why do we as souls come to Earth and live these wild, messy, but also magical human lives? Well, believe it or not, you actually chose to come here. Let me paint the picture. Imagine this massive, radiant beam of light. It's infinite energy, pure love, all-knowing, perfect. Call it God, source, creator, the universe, whatever feels right. Now imagine little sparks of light breaking off, floating down from that beam. Those sparks are us, souls, tiny pieces of something infinite, bigger than we can imagine. Every soul chooses to incarnate here for one reason: experience. You see, Earth is like a giant school. It's not always easy, but every life we live teaches us something new, and each lesson helps us shine brighter and brings us closer to that beam of light we came from. Well, I can tell you one thing. I know I came down here to learn patience, at least one of the lessons. I'm the kind of person who wants what I want when I want it, and let me tell you, Earth does not mess around when it comes to teaching that lesson. The universe has shown me over and over again that growth often happens in the waiting, in the stillness. So I want you to think about this. What's one challenge you faced that ended up actually teaching you something really powerful? You can take a moment to pause, drop it in the comments, whatever feels comfortable. Just know, the odds are that challenge, it's part of why you came here. Okay, so let's talk about something that can be kind of touchy: religion versus spirituality. I want to say this with love and respect because both paths can be really beautiful. For a lot of people, religion brings structure, comfort, and a sense of belonging. It often teaches us to serve others, to pray to a higher power outside of ourselves, and to put others first, even if it involves great sacrifice. And in some cases, that can feel really sacred. But spirituality, it invites us to go inward, to realize that the same divine energy that created the stars, the oceans, the mountains, it also lives inside of us. It's not about earning love or proving worth. It's about remembering that we are love. But here's where it gets tricky. Spirituality is rooted in self-love, and sometimes that can feel like it goes against self-sacrifice. But this is important. You really need to understand that it's not selfish. It's actually healing, because when you love and care for yourself first, you become someone who can lead by example without burning out. Now, I'm not saying helping others is wrong, but sometimes when we constantly sacrifice ourselves for others, we're not really helping. We might actually be blocking their growth and ours too. Here's what I mean. Remember how we talked about how every soul chooses to come to Earth to learn specific lessons? Well, if you jump in and try to save someone every time they struggle, you might be interrupting something they actually came here to experience. And you might be delaying your own growth too. Ever hear the expression, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day? Teach him to fish and he'll eat for a whole lifetime? Yeah. Some of life's biggest lessons are meant to be learned through adversity, and sometimes alone. And here's a little secret. Deep down, you already know all of this. You just might not remember yet. When we choose to come down to earth, part of the deal is that we forget where we came from. Why? So we can experience remembering. Because remembering who you really are and choosing love, even in the hardest of moments, is a sacred part of the soul's journey. It's kind of like playing a video game. If someone hands you all the cheat codes or tells you exactly how the story ends, yeah, it might be easier. But you miss out on the adventure, the growth, the lessons that change you. That's what you came for. That's why you're here on Earth. Now, I want to cover the difference between your ego and your intuition. Because understanding this is a game changer. Here's how I like to look at it. Your ego is that non-stop little voice in your head. It's overthinking, it's overanalyzing, it's comparing you to everyone else, and it's worrying all the time way too much about what other people think. Like, have you ever walked into a room and immediately thought, what if they don't like me? Yeah, that's your ego. And to be fair, it's not trying to ruin your day, it's actually trying to keep you safe. But the thing is, it usually operates from fear. And when fear is running the show, it drowns out your inner wisdom. So let's flip it now. Your intuition is like your soul's quiet little whisper. It doesn't panic, it doesn't over-explain, it just knows. Calm, grounded, deeply aligned with your truth. The more we learn to quiet the ego, the more clearly we hear that inner guidance. And let's be honest, your ego is kind of like that one friend who always has something to say, but isn't really helpful. Like, thanks Karen for your input, but I got this. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about a decision you've been avoiding, big or small. Place your hand over your heart, take a deep breath, calm your fears and your anxiety. Gently ask yourself, what would I choose if I wasn't afraid? What came up for you? That's your intuition speaking. Next, you need to understand that you are never, ever alone. In addition to your own inner guidance, you have what I like to call a divine team or a team of light. These are the spiritual helpers like your spirit guides, angels, and even ancestors who are always around you, even if you can't see them. Here's how I break it down. Your spirit guides are like your cosmic mentors. Most people have 1 to 3 main guides who stick with them through their entire life, or even multiple lifetimes. They help you stay aligned with your soul's purpose. Then you have angels who are more specialized. Archangel Michael, for example, is amazing for protection, and Archangel Raphael is all about the healing. You might also have ancestors or loved ones who've passed on. They're not gone, they're just in a different form. still supporting you from the other side. I call on my team of light all the time, especially when I feel anxious or unsure about something. I'll say, okay, team, I need a sign. And usually I ask for something specific, like a number, an animal, or something meaningful to me. The first time I ever did this, I was honestly feeling totally lost. I wasn't even sure if I believed in any of this stuff yet, but I gave it a shot and asked them to show me an owl if they were real. Not even 5 minutes later, I picked up this little bell I had on my shelf. I've had it for a few years, and for the first time, I actually looked at it. And it was covered in little owls all around the rim. I just stood there like, okay, what the heck? It was this wild, quiet confirmation that I wasn't alone and I wasn't crazy. And that moment changed everything for me. It was like a door cracked open, and I knew deep down I was on the brink of a spiritual journey that would change my life forever. So, here's your invitation. Talk to your team. Ask for a sign. The more specific, the better. It can even be something crazy like, show me a purple elephant. And then, really important, be completely open to however it shows up. They're listening. Here's the next important thing to understand. One of the biggest reasons we come to Earth is to heal. And I'm not just talking about healing a cut or getting over a cold. I mean deep healing. Healing the trauma or the baggage we carry that we can't always see. You need to know you're not just a physical body, you've got layers, like a human lasagna or an onion. Yeah. So let me break it down. Your physical body is what you see and what you touch. Your emotional body holds your feelings and those emotions you may have not ever fully processed. Your mental body is where your thoughts, beliefs, and patterns live. Yep, even the ones you didn't choose and were programmed into you. Your spiritual body is your soul, that eternal, wise part of you that's been through lifetimes. Your energetic body is your vibe, your frequency, your aura, how you feel to other people and to yourself. Even your DNA holds stuff, ancestral patterns and energies that have been passed down that you might be here to shift or release. Just know, true healing, holistic healing, means looking at all of these layers. Because sometimes when you're tired all the time or like feeling stuck, it's not just physical. It could be emotional, heaviness, or an energetic block. The magic of this work is when you start healing one layer, the others start to shift. It's all connected. Take a second right now and check in with your body. Where do you feel tension or heaviness? Now ask yourself gently, is this physical or could it be emotional or energetic? Just notice what comes up. No need to fix anything. Just awareness is a powerful start. One of the most important parts of healing is understanding energy. Everything is energy, including you. Your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, they all carry a certain frequency. And that frequency, your vibe, is what shapes your reality. You're literally creating your life based on the energy you're putting out. Think of it like tuning a radio station. When you're feeling joy, love, gratitude, that's the good stuff. The music comes through clear and beautiful. But when you're stuck in fear, shame, or anger, it's like static. You're still receiving something, but it's fuzzy, distorted, and not really what you want. So if you want to raise your vibe, it doesn't have to be complicated. Go outside, play your favorite music, move your body, laugh. Even small things can shift your whole energy. For me, I love putting on high frequency music when I cook. It makes the kitchen feel lighter, the food tastes better, and my husband always notices. It's my secret ingredient, and such a simple way to infuse a little magic into your day. Think, what's one high vibe activity you can try this week? Write it down, or even better, schedule it in. Remember, your energy deserves your attention. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Seriously, just showing up for yourself like this, it's like a huge deal. And remember, spirituality isn't just something you do, it's something you live. So start small. Take just one thing from today that resonated with you and give it a try. No pressure, just curiosity. Before we wrap up, I'd love for you to reflect on two things. What part of this really hit home for you? And what's one step you can take to this week to raise your vibe or feel more connected? Share it in the comments with me. I really want to know. So, I just want you to understand that you are already whole, already loved, and already divine. I'm so grateful I got to share this space with you. Until next time, my soul sippers, keep shining your light.